It is not an overstatement to suggest that Toyota has surpassed their previous achievements with this model. The 4Runner, which is the model that many people are most excited to get an update on, has not been updated or teased, despite the fact that nearly every other model in the lineup has been upgraded or hinted. We have been waiting patiently for a new generation of the 4Runner to become available for a number of years now, and about at this same time, it was anticipated that it would do so. But it will not be happening for approximately 1 more year because of the delay. Today's 5th generation Toyota 4Runner is without a doubt a great automobile, and to tell you the truth, the longer it is produced, the better, as it is possible that it will be the last of its kind due to the very simple nature of its powertrain. However, this does not imply that you shouldn't be thrilled about the new one, especially given that we have the opportunity to acquire some information about it based on the new Tacoma. Now, depending on the kind of automobile enthusiast you are, you might become thrilled about the new 4Runner, or you might remain cautious about it. Let's begin with the type of auto enthusiast who places a high emphasis on technological advancement and creative thinking. Those of you that fit into this category have reason to be enthusiastic about the upcoming next generation 4Runner because it will be equipped with the most cutting-edge, fuel-efficient, and powerful powertrains available. It is highly likely that the new model will come equipped with a brand new 2.4-litre 4-cylinder turbo engine. This engine will be linked with a hybrid powertrain in some of the available configurations. This innovative powertrain is currently available in the most recent iterations of the Tacoma, Grand Highlander, and even the Crown. It is obvious that Toyota is working toward the goal of having the same engines and platforms function on a variety of different vehicles. It stands to reason that the 4Runner's chassis won't share the same platform as the Grand Highlander. However, there's a good chance it'll have something in common with the latest iteration of the Tacoma. That means it will almost certainly continue to be a body-on-frame pickup truck with independent front suspension and a solid rear axle. The new hybrid powertrain will generate around 326 horsepower and 465 pound-feet of torque, which is a huge increase in power compared to the existing 4.0-litre V6 output. It is important to note that this powertrain will most likely be combined with an 8-speed transmission. This combination will result in a vehicle that is not only easier to drive, but also significantly more fuel efficient. Both the hybrid system and the 8-speed transmission contribute to the vehicle's overall efficiency. However, the 8-speed transmission is significantly more efficient. The existing 5-speed transmission is inefficient and wastes a lot of electricity. That is why this is quite encouraging information. Despite this, there have been a few people who have expressed their concerns regarding the dependability of this new, complicated setup. It's true that the turbocharged engine and hybrid system won't be as user-friendly or dependable as the 4.0-litre V6 seen in the previous generation of the Toyota 4Runner. But aside from a very complex injector position, this is an engine that uses old-school technology, such as a mechanical water pump and a vacuum-operated wastegate. Apart from that, this engine is relatively simple. The end result, it ought to be able to withstand the passage of time admirably. In addition, other Toyota hybrids that are powered by the same engine do not have lithium-ion batteries installed in their hybrid vehicles' batteries. Rather, they are manufactured in the same way that Prius batteries were manufactured 20 years ago, which means that the technology has previously been validated for use for a long time. It is reasonable to anticipate that the 4Runner will utilize a battery technology that is comparable to that used in the Highlander. Using the all-new 2024 Toyota Tacoma as a point of reference once more, it is safe to state that the new 4Runner will be more capable than ever before when it comes to off-road driving. As a result of the fact that many of the 4Runner's rivals, including the Ford Bronco and the Jeep Wrangler, ship out of the factory with huge tires measuring 33 or 35 inches in diameter, we anticipate that the 4Runner will also receive a modest increase in the size of its tires. On the other hand, Toyota is a relatively traditional company, so we wouldn't anticipate them producing anything with a tire size greater than 32 inches. In terms of the vehicle's mechanical systems, an off-road oriented trim level will likely have a front sway bar disconnect, and a more recent iteration of crawl control should result in a more muffled operation of the system. Likewise, the front sway bar disconnect will likely be offered. It has been confirmed that a rear locker will be an option. Now let's keep our fingers crossed that the off-road equipment list will also include a front locker. Lastly, there is a good chance that we will get a Trail Hunter trim level, much like we did with the Tacoma. This is something that is quite likely to happen. Trail Hunter is a trim level that is geared more for over-land travel and comes with options that are available from the manufacturer. These options include a rack system, a rooftop tent, and suspension enhancements made by Old Man Emu. There will of course be a TRD Pro trim level that will still be offered, and it should come standard with Fox suspension. There is a possibility that Toyota will include the innovative front seats found on the Tacoma TRD Pro into the 4Runner as well. With Toyota's decision to bring back the Land Cruiser, it would appear that the 4Runner may now be considered somewhat superfluous. Think about it, why would you want two cars that use the same engines and sit on the same platform as one another and compete in the same SUV market? A lot of people are of the opinion that this could be an indication of the demise of the 4Runner. But unfortunately, that is not the case. The Toyota 4Runner generates an incredible amount of revenue for the company, despite the fact that it hasn't been updated in a very long time, and as a result, hasn't required any expenditures during that time period. The fact that Toyota will continue to produce the model should delight you, since it suggests that the 4Runner will likely be available at a lower price point and with fewer standard features than the Land Cruiser. There are rumors that the 4Runner will be offered with a manual transmission as an option, and that the 2.4-litre engine will be available for purchase separately from the hybrid drive system. Obviously, this ought to result in a 4Runner alternative that is both more dependable and less complicated. We could even go as far as to imply that the Toyota 4Runner of the model year 2025 might become a more serious off-roader than it used to be in the past. It's possible that the Land Cruiser will be more of an overlanding vehicle, while the 4Runner will be more of a Jeep Wrangler rival, due to its wider tires and increased emphasis on rock crawling capabilities. All of this is unknown as of right now, but the only thing that can be considered somewhat certain is that the price range for the 4Runner will likely begin somewhere around $40,000 and go up to $55,000. This is the same price range that is reported to be the starting point for the Land Cruiser lineup. Having said that, are you excited of the upcoming next generation Toyota 4Runner? Share your thoughts in the comment box below. And if you've watched up to this point, thank you so much. For more videos about EVs, Toyota, Tesla, Ford, and the most recent auto news, please consider subscribing to Tech Addicts.